Hello viewers, this is Say-La-Vee, and we are back with our All the Mod 6 Let's Play series, episode 6, I do believe. I have been yet again busy at work between episodes here. If you can't tell, I'm standing... Oh, too many buttons. If you can tell, I'm standing here on a new platform. I built a tree farm, like I was talking about, because I realized that our power generation was lacking, and I was running very low on resources. Or coal specifically, to create power. So I decided making charcoal would be the next best bet. And these 2x2 spruce trees produce quite a bit of wood every time you chop them down. So I increased the size of our platform here. I added a 2-block border around it, changed the dirt that was just kind of hanging out holding these torches. And then I brought this platform out. There's a 2-block walkway on the front and on the back side, which I might just extend. And then there's 3 blocks here. And then this ladder goes all the way up to the top. So when these trees grow really tall, I can vein mine the top part of it, because you can, I think it's the FTB Ultra Mine only does 64 blocks at a time, which isn't the whole tree. So you have to start at the top and then go down. So I added this ladder tower here. I harvested these a couple of times as I was doing some work in the background. I placed some slabs over the top of this, and instead of having to jump all the way up here now, we can do this. I put some slabs and some stairs. This is where I'm keeping the spruce saplings. So we've got 137 spruce saplings from all the different times that I've collected. I've been collecting our resources here every once in a while, so we're up to 372 carrots and 172 wheat by the looks of it. This is where we're holding onto our logs. So we've got 516 spruce logs here. I upgraded this chest to gold. I think I did that off camera. I upgraded this chest over here to iron, I think, last time. What else have we done? I've increased my tools. I made new tool rods that are iron and gold, which increase... I think the good part about them, I think I've got some extra over here. Yeah, okay. So the magnetic 3 and malleable 1, they have a positive durability multiplier. It kills the enchantability a little bit, but it increases damage. So this hammer is up to 10.4 to damage. And that acted as my weapon as I went into the nether to collect some more nether quartz. That is why I'm wearing this osmium armor, because we have plenty of osmium from all the mining excursions that we've done, and I wanted some armor to go into the nether. Over here at our machines, I've done quite a bit. We're at 7 solar panels with a tier 2 solar panel as well, so we're getting a whopping 13 RF a tick passively over here. I have upgraded this item pipe, that's the word, with a improved pipe upgrade. So that gives us the ability to do round robin. So when I fill this with resources, it puts equal stacks of resources into these 2 dynamos. So we're actually up to 5.5 million RF and gaining because of our solar panels. Over here, actually inside these, I upgraded these with the reinforced integral components. So this multiplies this production and capacity and everything by 3. So in order to create that, we needed to make the hardened, which is a golden gear and some invar. Invar can be crafted as a blend. So I did 2 iron dust and 1 nickel dust, smelted all that up. And then the reinforced one requires some signalum gears, which signalum gears are made from signalum ingots. And again, you can craft that dust. So it's 4 redstone, 3 copper, and 1 silver. This is all stuff that we had plenty of. And then electrum, which the electrum again is just silver and gold. I think we've actually done that before on camera. So these are both producing 120 RF a tick on a regular usage. So getting a whole lot more power out of these, which is why we have so much power over here. Inside here, I actually have 2 more hardened upgrades in each of these, so these are moving a whole lot faster. And I also crafted these flux linkage amplifiers. Flux linkage amplifier is 2 electrum plates, which I just showed you the recipe of. I made one of these hammers so we could make the plates, no big deal. And then lead gears, which isn't too terrible. It's just lead and an iron nugget. The flux coil we've seen before. It's just gold and redstone. And now these are moving at quite a incredible pace. So if we just put in, let's just do this stack. Watch how fast that goes. Look at that. That's incredible. So we're pumping out things a whole lot faster than we were. And then the same goes over here for our pulverizer. I've got the same upgrades in there. So this is consuming ADRF a tick, but it's working a whole lot faster. So it's using more power than it should. But hey, we've got plenty of power to go around. So if I'm actually going to leave this charcoal in this chest for now, because we definitely don't need to fill this any further. So around back here, to get ready to do some more applied energistic stuff, I created 3 more of these crystal growth accelerators. So it takes a significantly less amount of time to make seeds grow into the pure crystals. And I also found out that this was passively consuming energy. Like this battery just went to 0 and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized that if I disconnected that it would stop doing so. And that is why I increased these dynamos so we could get more power, because that was consuming way too much. So these didn't need to be running all the time. And I didn't know how to set up like a redstone activation to turn off them, but that works just as easy. I'll just get out the wrench and reconnect it when we need to. I did some exploring as well. I went, if we go this way, so that's Slime Island right there. I actually made my way up there to that. Turn off the X's. And collected all of the slime that I could from the top of it so we could start looking into making some sticky pistons. So again, we can move further into applied energistics. So I just kind of have like a wooden staircase that you just got to jump up and then you can get to it. I waited there for a little while. That's what that kind of spire is coming off the side of it. I waited for a little bit to see if I could get some slimes to spawn and couldn't. So I don't know why they're not spawning like they should, but no big deal. Just water under the bridge. I'll get it going at some point. I think the last thing that I needed to show you guys, we increased the machines in our power generation. We've got that running. And then over here, I have all the resources that I collected from digging down below. Down in the ravine, I did a whole bunch of strip mining, or like tunnel mining, basically, to try and get some more resources. This stellarite piece comes from, I don't remember what the block was called, but it was some sort of ore that I mined, and it blew up and it almost killed me. Honestly, if I wasn't wearing this armor, I would have been dead. But it gave me this piece, and it is for this Eternal Stella, which you can use a smithing table to apply indestructible to something, which is quite amazing, honestly. I've used some of the diamonds because we created a sturdy repair kit. So this holds 32 material opposed to the 16 that the crude one did, and it has a 40% efficiency instead of 35. So it's really good at repairing all of our stuff. I also made this gear mod kit, which if you press Z on it, which is the keybind that I have, you can go through all the different pieces and pull them off individually. So say I wanted to take, when I upgraded my axe here, I created an iron axe. My old axe, I had to place this in there and then use this to strip the tip upgrade off of it to put it on this new axe. So that was nice. I went and found over there, Sandy Places, is a new waystone, because up on top of that mountain up there, or maybe it's the one behind it, I found a sandy waystone that we had not discovered. And I was hoping that I could come out here to try and find some mobs, because we need ender pearls in order to move forward in some of our stuff. Because I wanted to build a magnet, which all of my tools have magnetic on it. So a lot of the items get pulled towards me, but this magnet would be a whole lot better because it picks up XP too. And then we can upgrade it to the advanced one. However, this requires an ender pearl, and I sure as heck wasn't going to get into mystical agriculture off camera. So I really just kind of do as much busy work as I could without moving too far forward because I didn't want to move without you guys. But let me get myself situated real quick, figure out what exactly we want to do this episode, and I will be with you momentarily. Okay, so given our current situation, I do think that we should just try and step into applied energistics even further. We got it started last time, but I want to actually get going. So here we can make a couple of pistons, and then those two pistons, I'm going to need to break down some of those blocks, do that up, and then boom, there's our first inscriber. So with this inscriber, we can start creating the processors, so we can start getting into stuff. And obviously the first thing that we're going to want to make using a processor would be the controller. So the engineering processor is the one that requires a diamond. So we need to get a silicon press and the engineering press. We want to step over here real quick. I think let's do this. So if we break that and this, then leave this hooked up, is this going to drain power? Okay, so our power is still increasing. Put this on top of it. Let's just put this next to it right there, I suppose. Oh, it needs power. Does it need power in the side? No, I think the power works either way. I just think right now it's not asking for any. I'm just going to grab a cable because it wasn't filling up, and looking at that other one, it should be. So we'll just get one cable there. So in order to do this, we're going to need a diamond. So all my diamonds are still over here in this chest because I didn't sort this out yet. Need to get some silicon, which is we need to cook some quartz. So let's just do this quartz for now. Let's make 5. I know that we're definitely going to need more than that. But if we come over here, get cable going, put this on top of the cable. Oh no, okay. So the tooltip just must be broken because it's obviously getting power. All right, let's swap that out. Now we can do that. And then if we pop over here real quick, get the redstone that we're going to need, we can run back, place this in the top, that on the bottom, and the redstone in the middle, I believe is how that's supposed to be laid out. Looks like it's actually working. And there is our engineering processor. So next, we done that and that. So the ME controller's next. So we need the skystone blocks, which we have 4 of, and then the pure fluix crystal. And just like that, we have done it. So we completed one over there. We completed this storage quest. There's no rewards because it gives them to them over here. And now this unlocks a whole bunch of more stuff. So the next thing that we're definitely going to have to go into is our storage, because there's no point in having this system if we don't have any storage to use anything. Save that real quick. We need 2 more engineering processors. And then in order to get any use out of this ME drive, we're going to need some storage cells. So I'm going to start looking through to figure out which resources or which parts we actually need to do, which quests we need to do in order to figure out the storage components. And I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we're back here for just a second. I have created the ME drive, and I learned very quickly that this consumes a lot of power. So we were draining it quite a crazy rate. So this is going to drop all the way down 1,000. This is actually, oh boy, creating too much power. We're going to put that away for now. So we are creating a whole lot of power. So it's not necessarily an issue if I put some resources in here, but this is going to be using quite a bit. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. For right now, I've got a lever here so we can turn it off if our power gets too low. But I mean, right now we've got a full battery, and then 8,000 in each of these. So we're okay for now. So next, my thought was that we could get into, it just crossed my mind, dynamo. If we get the kinetic dynamo, we can set up passive water or passive RF generation with these water wheels. So the treated wood is probably going to be the hardest part about doing all of this, but the dynamos are actually pretty great. So yeah. Other than that, we're looking at the wind generator for passive generation, which is mechanism, and it's probably going to require quite a bit to get into. I wanted that waypoint to go away. So how do we overworlds, claimed chunks? No. FTB chunks, add a waypoint? No. Settings. Waypoint. Waypoints false. So if those are false, then why is it show waypoints in world? Good enough. That's good for now. Okay, so if you guys know how to use the FTB map better than I do, I did manage to make it so it doesn't create the death points, but I don't know how to get it to stop it from happening in the first, or like how to get in and delete them. There must be like a waypoint manager button or something. Oh, wow. Another thing is that I figured out how to dye my backpack. So I have this dyed because we have a backup iron backpack over here. And in this is all the stone and stuff that we collected from that mining trip. So just in case any of you noticed that. But the next thing that we need to get into, I feel like, oh, I had to break my energy acceptor to complete that or progress that. So the MU storage housing is actually really easy. We need some quartz glass. And then over here, we need the crafting unit, which is a logic processor and calculation. So this is where we're going to start using the Certus quartz. And then we can start moving in this direction. I don't think we're really going to mess around with fluid. Spatial is interesting. I don't really know what to do with that. But I'm going to start... looks like we're going to have to start breaking down some of this. I think we can use the pure Certus. Oh, you can't. So we can't infinitely loop that one. But I mean, we've got some more over here, thankfully. I was hoping that, I don't know if you see, but over here we've got an enchanting table. I was hoping to start getting the materials here to get some enchanting going on so I could do fortune. So then when we mine that Certus, it's actually not bad. But I think when it comes to mining, it's just, we're either going to have to start really finding a way to dig more efficiently, because that was one of the things I was running into, or we need to figure out how to quarry larger areas. But that's, the quarries and the miners and stuff that I know about are pretty late game. So we'll have to look into it later. But for right now, I am going to go crush some of this and then get back into the applied energistics. All right, and we're back. I have created the processors in order to do 3 1K storage components. So we hop into here now. We have 3 1K storage components. Oh, apparently that. Yeah, okay, so you can craft those to take those out. So if you wanted to, you could be able to put that into your crafting storage, and then that is where you would do auto crafting. But the drive is the important thing for right now. So looking here, we are going to start draining our power again, but like we proved before, we can definitely create enough power to where it's not going to be a huge issue. So we're actually just going to do that for now. Then have these start producing energy. Where did that go? They might have actually had enough space to fill that up in here. I was going to look into so this one here, the increases fuel efficiency. I was going to do this, get a couple of these so we get more out of our coal. Because I mean, I'm producing enough power right now to where I'm not worried about it. This would be nice so we could get more out of our coal. And then from there, we might actually make another one of these batteries too, because last I remember those batteries weren't super expensive. Battery. Yeah, those are super easy. Get 4 of those. I actually already have one of those crafted, so we can go here, do this, break that, get a battery, that. We want this to be extract. Want this to go in here so we can do redstone off when powered. So we can turn that off. Down. Exporting. Whoa. It's not quite what I was expecting to happen. I wasn't expecting it to shunt that much energy upwards. There must be a better way to link those. Or we would just have to take this pipe there, because I don't know why I actually had that there. We're going to do this, which was, wow, I did that very backwards. I should not have used either one of those tools. Do this, break that. We're going to export on this pipe. And then this should, so this is going to disconnect. Yeah, so these are going to generate into this battery, and then that battery is going to push everything down into the bottom, and then the bottom is going to export into the ME system, and then it's also going to export out over there into those. Okay, so I think that is what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I broke this extra pipe, but I guess I got one back when I put that there. So we are going to push this back there for now. It's just kind of there as like a buffer pipe. That's where I'm going to have the power run in, because back there is where we're going to build the water mills. And I think I might actually start working on that this episode, because that is definitely, I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot by having this so early, because it feels like everything I'm trying to do requires all these resources, but then we don't actually have the resources we need. So we're jumping ahead of the gun a little bit. So I think the next portion of this episode we're going to put into crafting those water wheels and getting everything that we're going to need in order to get the water mill going. So we can unfavorite those. Or well, bookmark, I guess. And now inside here we need, okay, so the illuminated panel. This is what we need. So we need 3 illuminated panels, which I don't actually think we have the, yeah, okay, so we don't have any of that, and we need glowstone dust. So I guess we are going to have to make a trip to the nether. Let's go do that real quick, see if we can't find any together. I thought that was an arrow sticking up out of the ground like I was shot at, but it wasn't. So I don't have gold on me, so these guys are probably going to get upset that I'm here. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to gather the necessary resources and meet you guys. Oh boy. Yeah. See that? This hammer is just wonderful. Does so much damage. I'm going to make my way up there, and I'll meet you guys back in the overworld with the resources. We have acquired the glowstone and some nether quartz. And killed a piggy. Alright, so we're back here with some illuminated panels in our inventory. And now we need to see what to do with those. So this panel is going to get used to create a interface terminal, which we would use to peek into our, like if we had recipes for auto crafting, this is where you would see where to put those. But more importantly, we need this ME terminal right here, because this terminal is going to create the crafting terminal, and that is how we're going to access all of the stuff that we have in the system to craft with. The regular terminal is just going to show us what's in the system. In order to get a terminal, though, we need an annihilation core and a formation core, which I have up here. This is going to be any sort of Certus quartz, Fluix dust, and a logic processor. And then the annihilation core is any sort of nether quartz and the same things. So I'm going to go get a couple of these made, and then we will see about maybe even using this thing that we have here. Okay, so as we saw earlier, these pure crystals don't turn into dust. So I made some more fluics. Now we have our formation cores and our annihilation cores. So we are starting to get pretty fancy here, if I do say so myself. We only need one of those at the moment. I'm going to put that last one in there. The terminal. We need one more of those, which I currently... Oh, I only made the 2. Okay, so our last piece of gold is about to go into our last processor. Well, we're definitely going to have to go mining again, but that little bit of mining that we did do has gotten us our terminal. So if we attach this here, I actually crafted a lime cable. This is very bright, but here we are in our AE system. So now we have digital storage. That is exciting, my friends. Let's do the shorter one. I like the shorter one. Okay. So in order to make this guy here, we need a crafting table, and then we need a calculation, which is a pure sortus. So we need one of these, a pure, another nether quartz. We need the calculation. Yeah, calculation. The silicon. So we are going to do, oh, not that one yet. Do that one. Run over here. Cook that. Get the silicon. We are going to, this is basically what I've been doing for the past few minutes, is running back and forth from chest to machine, from chest to machine, to machine to chest, to this thing, which works very slowly, by the way, in order for us to get all the resources that we need. So now that we have done that an ample amount of times, we can create a workbench, our calculation, and I will take, oh, that broke. I will take that, and boom, our ME crafting terminal. So we have created 3 of them. We need fluid terminal, interface, and pattern. Pattern is how we create the auto crafting recipes. Interface is how we view all the interfaces in the system, which we have none of them currently. But now we can craft in this thing, and that is just absolutely exciting. So I know that I said that I wanted to start working on some industrial craft so we can get those water wheels. So let me move a bunch of stuff into our system, and I will be right back with the recipes that we're probably going to need in order to get into that. So I have cleared up our workspace. I got rid of those chests. I got rid of all of our stuff over there, and pretty much everything that is able to be cooked or smelted or was in this chest originally. I am currently processing all of our ores, and then over here I have made 2 more of these 1K ME storage cells, and we've got 3 of them. None of them are filled up yet, but the types are used up, so that means that we needed, because we have like single items in here, like these tools, those take up more bytes in the types, so it takes up more types. Sorry, it has nothing to do with the bytes. They do take up more bytes, but it takes up more types, which we are going to need to have more kinds of items in here. So to avoid this filling up quickly, I made 2 more of those with the resources that we had. We did actually have some more gold ore. No, that is fold. We did actually have some more gold, so we're currently at 10 right now. But I went through and I looked at the recipes we were going to need. So in order to get water wheel segments to craft the water wheel, we need treated sticks and treated planks. So the treated sticks come from treated wood planks. The treated wood planks come from 8 planks wrapped around a bucket of creosote oil. Creosote oil, or well, a bucket of creosote oil, you can fill this way, but the oil itself comes from a coke oven. So we need to cook blocks of coal and or coal to get coal coke, which has a better cook time. So this will help our dynamos out quite a bit for when we need to generate lots of power. But this creosote oil fills up, and then one process of this either makes 500 buckets, or one process of this either makes 5 buckets. So 500 millibuckets is half a bucket. This is 5 total buckets. So I think this times 9 is what this would be. So this is actually our better bet. It does take a lot longer, but this is going to give us more resources. So in order to make a coke oven, we are going to need coke bricks, which is a clay, sandstone, and regular bricks. But this is going to require some time because, and this recipe confuses me. Why would you use one clay block when you can use one clay ball? You're wasting so many resources by doing it with the block. So this is a multi-block structure that is 3 by 3 by 3. So we need 9 times 3, which I believe is 27. So we need to craft this 9 different times. So I need 9 sandstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 9 clay, which 12 is going to have to work to make the bricks. And then we are going to need, I think we actually have, okay, so we do have some clay balls in here. Let's do that for now, because that's going to be, we can even do this and have a perfect number. So 9 of these are going to get turned into, oh, actually, now that I think about the math, my math is totally wrong. Yeah, because it's going to need to look like this. So 9 bricks and 9 clay balls. So this is what we are going to need for resources. Let's come over here, interrupt the iron, because it's just iron. Move all of this into our ME system, just like so. We can move this all of it into our ME system because we're going to craft the coal bricks with that. This is going to take a little bit to work, but I do think, looking at the length of the recording here, that we should probably actually wrap it up here. So we do have our digital storage. We have our tree farm. We have some resources to process. I have some mining to do again. And we have a water wheel to build and a base to build. So I think we've got quite a bit of things going on. This is a cute little setup over here, but I do think we should actually build a house eventually to put all of this in. That would make me a little bit happier than this platform, but we will roll with the punches as they come. For now, if you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you want to leave a comment to say hello or leave your opinions, then do that down below in the comment section. And other than that, you guys have a good day or good evening or good night or good morning, whatever it is for you. But either way, this is Say-La-Vee hopping off. Bye-bye.